Warren Buffett, known as the Oracle of Omaha, is one of the most successful investors of all time. His name is synonymous with wealth, wisdom, and unparalleled success in the financial world. But what many don't realize is that the vast majority of Buffett's fortune was built after his 50th birthday. So, how did he get there? This is the story of Warren Buffett's journey to wealth. One step at a time. Born in 1930 to Layla and Howard Buffett as the second of three children, at the height of the Great Depression, Warren Buffett displayed a keen business acumen from a young age. At just 6 years old, he began selling gum and Coca-Cola door-to-door in his Omaha neighborhood, unknowingly starting a journey that would eventually lead him to billions. Warren Buffett's fascination with the stock market began during his schoolboy days, often spending time in the customer's lounge of a regional stock brokerage near his father's office. Recognizing his son's growing interest, Warren's father, Howard Buffett, a stockbroker himself, took an active role in nurturing Warren's curiosity. At just 10 years old, Warren had the opportunity of a lifetime. His father took him to visit the New York Stock Exchange, an experience that left an indelible mark on the young boy's mind. By the age of 11, Warren made his first investment, purchasing 3 shares of Citi's Service Preferred stock for himself and another 3 for his sister, Doris Buffett, who would later become a philanthropist. At just 14, Buffett filed his first income tax return, where he took a $35 deduction for the use of his bicycle and watch on his paper route. At 15, Warren was already earning more than $175 a month, delivering Washington Post newspapers. During high school, he invested in his father's business and bought a 40-acre farm for $1,200, which he had saved from his various entrepreneurial ventures. In 1945, while still a high school sophomore, Buffett teamed up with a friend to buy a used pinball machine for $25. They placed it in a local barber shop, and the venture quickly took off. Within a few months, they expanded their operation, owning several machines in 3 different barber shops around Omaha. Eventually, they sold the business to a war veteran for a tidy sum of $1,200. His entrepreneurial spirit was undeniable, and he once famously declared that he would be a millionaire by 30, or else he would jump off the tallest building in Omaha. After graduating from college, Buffett set his sights on working with his mentor, Benjamin Graham, even offering to work for free. However, after multiple rejections, he returned to Omaha to work for his father as a stockbroker. At 21, his net worth was just $20,000, but Buffett's persistence paid off. When Graham finally relented and hired him, Buffett earned an annual salary of $12,000, a significant sum at the time, almost 3 times the annual median income for the average family in 1954. When Graham retired just 2 years later, Buffett took what he had learned and started applying it to an investment partnership, Buffett Associates, he formed with friends and relatives. By 26, Buffett had already amassed $140,000 through his investment partnership, a clear indication that he was on his way to achieving his financial goals. In the early 1960s, Buffett took a bold move, investing nearly all his $450,000 net worth into his partnership. It paid off handsomely. In 1962, Buffett became a millionaire with the success of his partnerships, which by then had grown to 11 entities and held more than $7 million, of which over $1 million belonged to Buffett. At the start of the year, he merged the various partnerships into the single entity Buffett Partnership Ltd., which would be his primary investment vehicle for the remainder of the decade. In 1965, Buffett teamed up with Charlie Munger and acquired Berkshire Hathaway, a textile company at that time, and later to be used as a vehicle to acquire other businesses and make investments. By the end of the decade, his net worth was over $25 million, and he had already made a name for himself as a brilliant investor. Buffett's 40s weren't without challenges, but even during tough times, he made shrewd investments. In 1972, he bought See's Candies for $25 million, a move that would generate billions in profits over the years. By 1978, his personal net worth had crossed $100 million. By the end of the 1970s, the median U.S. household income was around $21,000, pales in comparison to Buffett's rapidly growing wealth. In 1982, Forbes published its first list of the 400 richest Americans. Buffett was included with a net worth of $250 million. Just 3 years later, at age 55, Buffett crossed the threshold into billionaire status. And by 1989, at age 59, his net worth had skyrocketed to $3.6 billion. The 1990s saw Buffett's wealth continue to multiply, reaching $36 billion by the end of the decade. Despite this incredible growth, Buffett remained grounded, focusing on long-term investments rather than quick gains. In 2006, Buffett made headlines again, not for his wealth, but for his generosity. He pledged to donate 85% of his wealth to charitable causes, primarily to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Despite the financial crisis of 2008, Buffett continued to build his wealth, reaching $62 billion that year. However, like many others, he took a big hit, with his net worth dropping to $37 billion in 2009. By 2018, at age 88, Buffett's net worth had climbed to $84 billion, solidifying his position as one of the richest individuals in the world. Despite his immense fortune, he remained committed to giving back, having donated nearly $37 billion to charity. Today, at 93, Warren Buffett remains an icon in the world of finance. With a net worth of $139.9 billion, he continues to lead Berkshire Hathaway and stay true to his philanthropic promises. His story is a testament to patience, strategy, and the power of compounding wealth over time. Warren Buffett's journey to wealth didn't happen overnight. It was a lifetime of dedication, smart investments, and unwavering principles that led him to become one of the greatest investors of all time. As he continues to build both his wealth and his legacy, Buffett remains a shining example of what it means to truly build your fortune, one step at a time. Thank you for watching this documentary on Warren Buffett's incredible journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more inspiring stories of success and wealth.